Okay, continuing on with Lesson 1, Session 1, and we're on page 8. Well, there's a museum that sells postcards of famous paintings. The postcards must be the same shape as the painting. Below are 3 options for the size of the postcard. Well, let's look at option A. Option B, you have 8 by 4, you had 5 by 5 here. C has 6 5/100 and 5 5/100. Pretty interesting going here. Some of you can probably look over in here to and say, oh, I think it may be this one that goes. You know, could be tricky here. Well, I'm looking over here at A. You have 5 inches by 5 inches. Well, let's see if I know if all of these sides are going to be 5 inches, then I know that's not going to be the rectangle of. This is a square. So that gives me option B, option C, which I have to deal with 30 25/100 inch, 25 25/100 inch. So it's asking which postcard could be the same shape as the painting. Look at these 3 words. Show your work. That's very important. So option A, which we say that's a square, so we know that's not working. Option B, well, we're going to do our 8 to 4 to get our ratio going on here. And then we're going over here to our painting, and we've got the 30 25/100 to 25 25/100. Well, I want to get me a scale factor, so I'm thinking, what can I multiply to get to 30 25/100? I'm going to divide by the 8, and I came out with 3 78/100, which it came out with more numbers. I just rounded to the hundredths place. Then 4 was divided into 25 25/100, and it gave you the 6 31/100. Well, are those alike? I don't think so. So guess what? Option B is not working. So then, do we just stop and say, okay, well, it's option C? Oh, no. We need to go on and show our work and make sure. So option C, we write out our 6 5/100 over 5 5/100. And then your measurements here. Oops, sorry, I wrote a 5 there. Better write a 0. Okay. So now, we're going to divide these into these numbers. And guess what? 5 will go into it. So you're going to multiply your 5 on both, and we have the same scale factor. So option C is the best choice. So make sure that you show all of your work. Now, if you do it a different way, if you do with number lines or, that's fine. Okay, so moving on down. Let's see. It says check your answer to problem 3A. Show your work. Well, the ratios, the lengths. We're going to say the lengths of option C. Well, we have it 30 25/100 inch to 6 5/100 inch. Then we have the widths. 25, then look at me, I'm just writing all these different numbers. 25 and 25/100 to 5 5/100. Well, our scale ends up to be 5 inches to 1 inch. So that is the scale that goes for this problem here for the museum selling postcards of famous paintings. And oh, by the way, if you look here, it says painting of George Washington. Okay, remember you can take and pause on your video to make sure that you get these answers into your workbook. Your workbook does need to be filled out.